Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Got a video, man, for y'all. Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank Jr., they still talking trash to each other. This has been an ongoing fight for years. Well, they fought before, but ongoing situation, argument for years between these two. And I think it was 5 years ago, 2014, they had a match. You know, Billy Joe Saunders, they both was talking trash. Chris Eubank was saying he was going to beat Billy Joe Saunders. The same thing for Billy Joe Saunders, saying he was going to beat Chris Eubank. But Billy Joe came out on top in that fight in a split decision. And ever since then, it's still been bad blood. But everybody wants a rematch from that fight. Everybody wants to see a rematch of Chris Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe Saunders. Why? I don't know. Billy Joe Saunders won't accept the fight, or Billy Joe Saunders won't take the fight. But in recent interviews, Chris Eubank talked with Fight Hub, and he told Fight Hub that, Billy Joe Saunders don't get big paydays. He's out there searching for a big payday. He knows that he's the money maker, and if they were to fight each other, and that basically Billy Joe Saunders is a lowlife. Called him a lowlife. So Billy Joe Saunders goes on, I guess he found out, he heard an interview, and he go on social media and he posts 2 pictures of him defeating Chris Eubank. And it got him up there saying, you know what happened last time, one win for me, you wank, you know what I'm saying, which I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a racist term over there or whatever you call it. But that's what he called him, you wank, But he lost, Chris Eubank lost that fight. And I guess Billy Joe Saunders just had to let him know again, like, don't forget, I did beat you before. While you simply talking about me, you still have a loss under your name, and it came from me. So after all your talking, you lost to a lowlife. You know what I'm saying? And also let me talk about this. With Billy Joe Saunders being caught for, drugs, steroids, you have to go back and question that fight. And I'm not a Chris Eubank fan like that. I like Chris Eubank, I like Billy Joe Saunders. But it was the same thing with Shane Mosley when he got caught. Everybody wanted to know, like, damn, Shane Mosley beat all those fighters, but did he beat them all on steroids? So that could be the same question I'd like to know with that fight. Were you on steroids at that time, Billy Joe Saunders? Just wondering. He probably wasn't, but I'm just saying, once you get caught for using steroids, you have to look at every fight that fighter won. How we don't know you ain't been using steroids since day one, and you just got caught when it was time to fight Demetrius Andrade. So I'm not trying to take away his win from defeating Chris Eubank Jr., but you have to question that. I mean, this is a man who's been popped for steroids, like cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to question whether or not he really beat Chris Eubank Jr., but the best way for us to find out who is the better fighter, the better man, is for them two to fight. And in the report, it was saying that Billy Joe Saunders has left Frank Warren. He might be going to Matchroom Sports, so that could be a good combination. I think Chris Eubank Jr. is over there, or he's some way connected in that situation. The fight could happen, but I would like to see this fight. I've been waiting on this fight since then. I watched the first fight, because they made the fight so interesting from their smack talk towards each other. And I think at one point Billy Joe Saunders was like, if Chris Eubank Jr. beat me, I'll retire. That's just how confident he was that he would beat Chris Eubank Jr. But like I said, due to the fact of him getting caught for drugs and getting caught with steroids in his system, how do we know that was just Billy Joe Saunders, not on steroids, but just him that beat Chris Eubank Jr.? So this fight has to happen. Hopefully, they will make this fight happen, because I would love to see that fight, especially the new Chris Eubank Jr. I hope he's been in the gym training with the guy that helped him beat, what's his name? They call him Chunky, James DeGale. I hope he's still with that trainer, and he's been in the off season, because he's been off for a minute. And I hope he's still training very hard, working on that jab, the fundamentals of boxing, because Chris Eubank is behind on fundamentals. But you know, he said it himself. He trained himself, and that's not good. You know, you need somebody out there who done been in there before with you, Chris Eubank Jr. But just had to get on here and report this to y'all. They back at it again. Chris Eubank Jr., Billy Joe Saunders, they bumping heads again. Hopefully this turns into a potential fight for us so we can see, because like I said, I feel this would be a great fight. This Easy Work Boxing, thank you for your time. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell. I'm out.